hear me? Oh, good. Okay. I'm Bruce Garfield. I'm the Executive Director of Music Columbus, and welcome to our Ultimate Music Blindfold Test. Now, to clarify, this is not a test. The songs played will not get graded. You will not get a report card to show your friends and family. But the intention is for the artists whose songs are played to get some valuable feedback and information on the songs that are just from every aspect of the song, whether it's writing, introduction, production. It won't be torn apart, but it'll be constructive criticism, or actually not so much criticism as suggestions. It's really great to have three wonderful speakers here who are young music industry leaders. And before we start, I want to explain how the process of song selection took place. We put out through our social media requests for everyone to submit songs, and we set the limit at 100. And before the day was over, we had those 100. From the 100, so thank you for being so responsive. And from those 100, 20 songs were chosen. None of the panelists know the names of the songs or the artists, because we do. And there have been some wonderful submissions. So every song that was entered is really good quality. And so those 20 will be played tonight. And I think it's important that we as a music community come together and we can have these kinds of gatherings. And that's what you can hope for next year from us, more of these kinds of gatherings. And I think one thing that will be inspirational tonight is that the three people that will be joining me on stage are inspirational because each one of them found a way to music as a young person. And if you told them at that point when they picked up their first instrument or they wrote their first song that they would have a career in the music industry, they couldn't even relate it to what you were saying. So let's bring on our first panelist, Rashad Thomas. Rashad is a Southside Columbus boy, and he's comes from a really musical household. His father had really eclectic and diverse taste. His mother would buy him every Christmas an instrument or a piece of gear, which really kind of fed his, oh, there he is, sorry. Okay. He took that equipment, he started experimenting in the bedroom and mixing and putting cassette players together and basically started to hone his skills as not only a songwriter, as a producer, but also as an artist. He was signed as like some teenager to a national record deal. His credits, the most recognizable credits are Jack Harlow, Jadakiss, Pharrell, and De La Soul. So now that you came on early,
De La Soul.
So our next panelist, Roger Phelps. Roger's the head of booking for Promo West. Roger books exclusively the Basement, the A&R Bar, the Newport, and Kimball Live. Roger has a very diverse background as a music photographer, a music video producer, a manager, and now this position as a talent buyer. He's a guy that I've come to know through our interaction with AEG and Promo West. He really can best be described as someone who really cares, works hard, and is a man of high ethics. So with that said, Roger, come on up here. And our final panelist, Kat Cusione. Kat is a real rock star. She's a rising talent in the world of A&R, working at RCA Records, and has a really interesting story. She has always loved music. She learned to play as a young kid piano and flute. She went to Rutgers University, and there she got on the programming committee and then became the music director of her college radio station, and then started promoting shows in friends' basements. She, what was she studying to be? A neuroscientist. And so she ended up working one summer as an intern at RCA Records in the Orchard, which is a major international distribution company. and then she finally got hired full-time. She actually didn't pursue her career as a neuroscientist. But she went in A&R, but it's very interesting. Her first job was doing research. And that research was looking at artists' social media and their fan followings to identify artists by virtue of those numbers, which are basically a requisite to almost every record company there is today. And then moved into the A&R department, where she works with not only the entire roster, dealing with producers, songwriters, and publishers, finding songs for the entire roster, but her own roster is Lisa from Blackpink, Alex G, iDress, and a lot of other young artists. So with that, Kat, come on up here. So we're going to start off, each one of the panelists will jot down and make notes about each section of the song. And so why don't we start with number one? Olivia, hit it.
I got angels, so I'm thankful. Keep it playful when it get painful. I feel like Abel, going through betrayal. Top the trust like NATO, let's keep the movement stable. She wonder where I came from because I got all the answers. Grew up with the scammers, my mama was a dancer. By the way I came up, babe, I could've hit the slammer. I hate all of the slander, I'm tryna get my bands up. And I wonder if they like me, seem like all I cause is trouble. I don't wanna tussle, baby, all I do is hustle. My demons wanna fight me, I just hit them with a muscle. Break them like a ruffle, my life like Royal Rumble. Can you sit and listen for a minute? I got lyrics for your spirit. Try to stay up on your pivot when you tryna stack the digits. In my brain, girl, I've been tripping, got me acting like a villain. Bringing pain, I hope they feel it. I don't need a violinist, I don't need nobody help. No support, I got myself. Go to court, no, I won't tell. I did that crime, nobody else. So I won't cry, no, I won't melt. So many times felt overwhelmed. When it's my time, I'll top the shelf. But in due time, I'm raising hell. Elevate and motivate, you better pay the way. For all the homies in the trenches tryna cop a state. Don't run around with snakes, keep a pole and watch for Jake. Stack your dough, move out the way, don't need more soldiers in the States. And I got angels, so I'm thankful. Keep it playful, when it get painful. I feel like Abel, going through betrayal. Top the trust like NATO, let's keep the movement stable. She wonder where I came from because I got all the answers. Grew up with the scammers, my mama was a dancer. By the way I came up, babe, I could've hit the slammer. I hate all of the slander, been tryna get my bands up. And I wonder if they like me, seem like all I cause is trouble. I don't wanna tussle, baby, all I do is hustle. My demons wanna fight me, I just hit them with a muscle. Break them like a ruffle, my life like Royal Rumble. She wonder where I came from because I got all the answers. Grew up with the scammers, my mama was a dancer. By the way I came up, babe, I could've hit the slammer. I hate all of the slander, I'm tryna get my bands up. And I wonder if they like me, seem like all I cause is trouble. I don't wanna tussle, baby, all I do is hustle. My demons wanna fight me, I just hit them with a muscle. Break them like a ruffle, my life like Royal Rumble.
All right, Shad, do you want to take this one?
Oh, sure. I like the record. Yeah, let's give it a round of applause for that. Just a few notes. I feel like the hook. First of all, overall, I love the song. I like the song. I think it has a nice bounce to it. Good melody, but the hook I think could be more defined, meaning the verses, the difference between the verse and the hook, as far as melody wise. That's really the only, for songwriting wise and mix wise. I think the snare could hit a lot harder because that bass is hitting, and if the snare hit at the same time, I think you'll get a different motion in that too. So yeah, I like it though.
Yeah, it's very similar to Rashad. The snare was the big thing in terms of production, and also I feel like there was room for adventure in the production. Very catchy riff, some nostalgia in there too. The storytelling, and it was personal, which is courageous, and potentially just add to that courage with the production as well, and adding a little bit more layer. And just kind of getting just something weird in there too is, I think, important. Love the track.
So even with the chorus, you could add something to define the chorus musically, like as a string or something, just to let us know where the chorus is.
Yeah, I had the exact same thing written down, actually. I felt like I was kind of waiting for like a drop or a change up in the track that never really comes because there's not a lot of differentiation in between the verse and the hook. And I almost didn't realize it until it was repeated again. I was like, okay, so that is the hook. It does feel like you're kind of waiting for something that doesn't happen, but I do like the contrast between like this uke and this kind of like cute like bedroom pop production, and then the addition of the trap beat on top of it. I think they kind of like are very different in contrast, but fit together very well over the top of each other. But again, I think that even like the cadence of the verse, the flow is very similar throughout the entire thing. I'm just looking for something to kind of switch it up as it progresses to make it you like not lose interest in the track as it goes, to the end.
And she summed it up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Olivia, hit it.
Her dogs are sleeping, they're trying to shake a dream. Must have some place to be. The picture frames, has she always looked the same? Her childish face, these are the things I'm bound to think about while I take out the trash for Zoe de Chanel. You never know. Oh boy, was I surprised, but happy to oblige. It's paradise, how her windows scatter light, the distant blue and white. These are the things I'm bound to think about. Playing video games at Zoe de Chanel's. The Wi-Fi's falling, I don't have the code. It could be written someplace I don't know, but soon she'll be home. I'll be sad to go. These are the things I'm bound to think about. Walking the dogs for Zoe de Chanel. These are the things I'm bound to think about. Zoe de Chanel.
Kat?
Yeah, I love that one. First of all, great title. definitely if I saw that, I would like on a streaming service, I would probably click on it or something. I saw 500 Days of Summer when I was at an impressionable age, and I did cut bangs because of it. So that immediately stood out to me. And in the writing, I thought was very funny. Great storytelling and like painting pictures. It was very descriptive in the lyrics, which I liked. And I thought the vocals were really great too. It's nice and smooth. In terms of the production, you know, it's very mellow. If you wanted to beef it out, there was like very cool like bossa elements of that track. I think you could like lean into that a little bit more, add a little bit more like bossa nova elements. But otherwise, I really enjoyed that one. I don't know if anybody has other thoughts.
Yeah, the echoing everything that you said is very similar to my thoughts. I think just one other thing to add there. I'm a sucker for minimalism, and like I see that this is unreleased, so I don't know where you are exactly in this, but I think there's a way to do minimalism with, again, some extra peppering in there to make it even more special and like keep it minimal, but also have things where a moment where you have headphones in and you can hear those small changes. It makes you really connect with the track even more.
Yeah, I'm feeling the bossa nova idea. That was dope. I think this song is beautiful. I think there's a chord change in there, or there's a part in there that bothers me, and I can't put my finger on it. I think it's in the hook, and might be the third bar of the hook, but it's what you sing over the chord that plays. It's the only thing that bothers me, and it might be the things I think about. It might be that on that part. Later on in the song, you change it up where you sing over that chord, and it's perfect. But that chord is the only thing that bothers me about it. But the production is beautiful. I think the minimalism is great. And the vocals are great. I like the bedroom production style of it.
Okay, that was a beautiful track. Olivia?
Here we are, October 6th, the birthplace of the common risk. Catch it like a cold, I always seem sick. Built walls broken down by penicillin. Tuning on October 6th, watching traces of my world conflict. Apologies and prayers don't make it right. It's not possible to live in the light. All of the time I'm thinking, what's the use turns into what's the truth? I don't know what to believe about. The crowd figured it out. I think my doubt flipped some switch. Whichever way you choose to go, don't show you're willing to compromise. One's demise is no surprise when it starts with the lines I'll make an exception this one time. Welcome in October 6th, the death day of my innocence. Celebrate my heart, the cold and calloused. There is no party in my palace. It's out of friends where just let me think turns into just one drink to just one more. The cocktail of a perfect storm is swift, it shifts. I stumble in and flip the wrong switch. Whichever way you choose to go, don't show you're willing to compromise. One's demise is no surprise when it starts with the lines I'll make an exception this one time. In October 6th, I wonder if it never did. Would I be better off than now? As much as I hate it, don't think I can live without what happened October 6th. I wonder if it never did. Would I be better off? Who knows? Probably not, so I suppose that whichever way you choose to go, just know you may have to compromise. Close your eyes, accept your demise. Give in and say the lines I'll make an exception. Yeah, I'll make an exception this one
Great. Roger, this is yours. You start, please.
Right off the bat, I want to listen to that again, and I think replayability is awesome. I want to know more about what happened on October 6th, and the vocals were. I want to hear that live too, which is also a really good thing. I think the only constructive criticism I can think of is there's great chordal changes there. They feel familiar in that genre. So how you can extrapolate on that and make it more your own to differentiate yourself within that genre would be my constructive criticism. But really liked it and want to listen to it again.
I liked it as well. I feel like this kind of 2000s brand pop rock is really having a really cool resurgence right now. It reminded me a little bit of like an Olivia Rodrigo kind of Good For You type track. And I mean, I love that whole album, and I think that this fits very well in this kind of like cool 2024 revision of what that used to be. I thought the counter melody was really great. There's kind of like that do 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 thing coming in the background. I would love to bring that up almost a little bit. I do think the bridge needs a little bit of work. I was once told that if you have a bridge, it better be the best part of the song. And I think that you could like probably improve the melody there a little bit. But otherwise, I thought the track itself fit together very well. It didn't feel too repetitive. I thought the only thing that might have been repetitive, you did say October 6th a lot. Maybe switch up some of the lyrics so you're hearing that a little bit less. So you're not like, I get it, October 6th. But otherwise, I thought that the track was really, really great. And I loved the vibe, loved the energy. I loved the storytelling. And yeah, that was good.
Sounded very familiar, maybe too familiar. I don't know if there's a chord change thing, like you mentioned. I definitely think in that genre, in every genre, I think you should try to find something to separate yourself, even if that's the genre you love. Imitation is flattery, but it just sounds like something I've heard before a little too much. But the mix could be better. I think the song is clean, the vocals are clean, everything sounds good. But I don't know if it's going to get anybody's attention if it's not something about it has to be different. But yeah, the mix could be brighter. Other than that, I think, yeah.
My little darling, that night we parted, when you left for the great unknown. My heart sang a song of sorrow when you were on that train and gone. I've been thinking of you.
Have you been thinking of me?
I've been lonesome as I could be. The days are long.
Not so long ago.
I've been thinking of you. You've been thinking of me. When the train rolled from that station, my heart was heavy like grinding rails. I waved goodbye as we parted. Then I heard that lonesome whistle wail. I've been thinking of you.
Have you been thinking of me?
I've been lonesome as I could be. The days are long.
Not so long ago.
I've been thinking of you. You've been thinking of me. The night is cold, my heart is burning. My loneliness I can't ignore. My darling lonesome as I can be. The days are long,
Not so longer.
I've been thinking of you, you've been thinking of me.
Okay. Why don't you take it?
Yeah, that's a sync license for a movie or a television show or something for sure. Yeah, it's a great song, great recording too. I hear all the instruments perfectly. Somebody's jamming on that guitar. It's good. It's a good record. Banjo, I don't know what it was, but yeah, sync licensing. I would look into publishers and things like that for a record like that.
Yeah, I mean, musicianship, undoubtedly great. You got some players there, give me the fiddle all day, every day. It's awesome. The paradoxical nature of like the happy-go-lucky, tune mixed with a little bit of the longing lyrics. I think I wanted a little bit more of that longing in the music too, and I know potentially in that genre that it's kind of a classic staple where these songs have been done like this before, but kind of wanted to hear a little bit of that longing in the music as well. And kind of like the last song, it was fantastic, but yeah, explore a little bit more. You were in your pocket, both vocalists were in the pocket kind of the whole time, and would love to hear some more exploration outside of the kind of the classic Americana folk blues, common chords.
Yeah, that came on, and the first thing I wrote down was hell yeah. That was great. Very Johnny June Carter vibes with that. The instrumentation, the finger picking, all really impressive. I think that almost those instrumental solo sections actually stole the song away from the vocals. I thought the vocals could actually be improved a little bit, especially when you're putting them up against and like sandwiching between these really incredible instrumental sections. And another thing too is thinking out where you want the song to fit. It has a very specific sound to it that's almost a little bit like, not costumey in a way, but like you have a very specific vision of what it is. Do you want it to be modernized a little bit more to feel a little bit less like you're copying something from another era? Or do you want it to feel like we're trying to make something that sounds like it could, have been played by Johnny and June Carter? So yeah, I think that like it depends on what you want to do with the track. If you want it to be like that, as if something was plucked out of another era, I think that's like what you're doing right now is great. If not, if you want it to be something that kind of fits into like the zeitgeist of 2024, maybe think of like what ways you can kind of switch it up or modernize. Yeah.
Yeah, and take this advice with a grain of salt because we're all consumers as well, and I think there's room for traditional music as well.
Absolutely.
It's like I was saying with the last track. I don't want to discourage anybody because it sounds like something, because there's room for things that sound like things. But if you're trying to be original, if you want to be an original artist, if you want to be remembered, if you want to be the person that's to be known for that genre, we got to push the envelope.
Yeah.
But,
I think nostalgia is super powerful as well in a way. Like things are very cyclical and things come back.
Yeah, people need that too.
Yeah, and you can have people be like, "Oh, this reminds me of what I used to listen to," or my dad used to listen to, and it's a soft spot for it. So I think nostalgia is really powerful in that way.
Amen.
All right, good commentary. Olivia?
A wordless meeting, an empty stage, a place for me to spend my days. I heard you breathing, I have to say, something in the air is here to stay. I'm your receiver. not for me to say what's right. Soft thunder, a flash of light crawls across the lidless eye of night. I'm your receiver, I'm your telephone. I'm just a set of 7 numbers when you're feeling alone. I'm your receiver on your telephone. I'm an open heart operator. Can you hear me? I'm your receiver, I'm your telephone. I'm just a set of 7 numbers when you're feeling alone. I'm your receiver on your telephone. I'm an open heart operator. Can you hear the dial tone?
All right, who's step up to the mic, please?
All right.
Yeah, I liked the bass line on that. I love a good bass line. I thought that was like very earwormy. I thought that there was a lot of open space in that track. The chorus is like, the verses were a little unmemorable in a way. And then you have like, I think it was almost 3 sections where it was just kind of instrumental. And I thought that like if you're going to have that, if you're going to like let those instrumentals shine, the guitar parts were a little simple for it. I think you should like, it reminds me of something if you were to think of like Reptilia by the Strokes, right? You have a verse and you have the instrumental kind of drop down a lot and it's just the vocals, which you did. And then you have, once it comes back in, it's got to be harder, it's got to be noisier, it's got to be punchier. You almost want that kind of like wall of sound coming at you. I feel like this one kind of, for what it was, for it dropping out, for the instrumentals, then coming back in, it didn't really move. It wasn't very dynamic. It didn't move like up here and then down here and up here and down here. It kind of sat at one level the whole time. But I thought the lyrics were clever and the bass line was quite hooky and earwormy.
Yeah, the bass caught my attention right away, and I think I can imagine this hitting live, and you have the crowd of folks bobbing along to it and doing their head thing with it. I want to hear that when I'm listening to the recording also. Like I want that drive to be more overstated. I think you hit the nail on the head with like the punchiness and that wall of sound. I think that's what this song is missing. And similar to what you said, I think you hit the nail on the head again. Are you wanting to pay homage to the genres that have done this before, or make it your own? And something to think about there too.
Yeah, bass line was super funky. I definitely think it had a 1970s kind of like Billy Idol. I don't know, had a vibe to it, but I think the mix could use some work in terms of the drums and the bass is so tight that you need that pumping a little more. You need that louder, like you say, driving. And the hook is actually catchy. The performance on the hook could be a little more, maybe a little more personality in the chorus. And then there's a high vocal on that chorus too that could be turned up that I think would make people sing along with it more. Yeah, song structure. Way too many instrumental breaks. I think you really only need one, and then the vamp out, and yeah, just make the song a little shorter. Yeah, I like it though.
Oh yes, we are gonna kill it. And everyone I know gotta hear me get up and it came up with the coupe, but we ain't never finished. And if you wanna roll, we got a blunt, you can hit it. 2 puffs and pass back, the whole wild world gonna rep my snapback. I just joined the game, my salary's at no cap. I wear small shorts, still got fat ass. You cannot pass way too much class up. High too slow, down low, still slow. What the fuck you gonna do without your plastic? Got a whole wad of cash and you can't match this. See my status inflate just like a mattress. Heard I got a nickname to say it's a bad bitch, cause I tear the shit up just like a savage. I bet you get a lot, but you can't have this. Yeah, we stay something, only show up to the club for one thing. Ain't pay no mind, you're just a waste of our time. But if you wanna know something, come close, boy. Cause me and my girl, all we do is chill, nap, wake up, trap, doing what we do, you know where we at. Chill, nap, wake up, trap, doing what we do, you know we bad like chill, nap, wake up, trap, doing what we do, you know where we at. Chill, nap, wake up, trap, doing what we do, you know we bad like chill, nap, wake up, trap, chill, nap, wake up, trap, chill, nap, wake up, trap, CWT, you know where we at. Chill, nap, wake up, trap, chill, nap, wake up, trap, chill, nap, wake up, trap, CWT, you know we bad. Listen to these dope words. If you get high, I guess you are dope bird. I heard I'm the shit, so I guess I am a dope turd. Hashtag it, let them know where you heard it first. When I smile, everyone go crazy. I do work and yo ass lazy. I don't need proof, cause yo ass pay me. My girl real, yo bitch fugazi, yeah. If you need me, you can find me dancing around on all that Molly, prance around like Giash Golly, ho ho ho, cause I'm so jolly. And I got a ball, bought me better blow, just call me yelly. Wanna pop him like a lolly, go go go, I wanna rally for Pinot wall on the paper. Like how the fuck did she get by? Because yes, I'm a good student, but please do not drug test my school supplies. Yeah, we stay something, only show up to the club for one thing. Ain't pay no mind, you're just a waste of our time. But if you wanna know something, come close, boy. Cause me and my girl, all we do is chill, nap, wake up, trap, doing what we do, you know where we at. Chill, nap, wake up, trap, doing what we do, you know we bad like chill, nap, wake up, trap, doing what we do, you know where we at. Chill, nap, wake up, trap, doing what we do, you know we bad like chill, nap, wake up, trap, chill, nap, wake up, trap, chill, nap, wake up, trap, CWT, you know where we at. Chill, nap, wake up, trap, chill, nap, wake up, trap, chill, nap, wake up, trap, CWT, you know we bad. Yeah, we say something, only show up to the club for one thing. Ain't pay no mind, you're just a waste of our time. But if you wanna know something, come close, boy. Cause me and my girls, all we do is CWT.
Go for it.
Okay. Let's see. The melody on the keyboard, the boom, boom, boom. It reminds me of "Loyal" by Chris Brown, and you could get away with that if you change the sound, because it's actually the same sound as the song on Chris Brown stuff. So I think that's what makes me think about it. Overall production, like the beat, the drum track could use some work. Those claps that come in are kind of offbeat. Overall, though, the vibe of the song is cool. It's like almost a hit song. It's just you need to kind of need better production. around it. And I think the same producer probably could do it. It's just got to kind of go in and kind of touch up some areas. Work on the vocal mix, because that's a pop song. So the vocals got to be hitting. Like they got to sound really, really clean. And but I like the chorus. I like like I said, I like it. Just some maybe faded out. Might be too long too.
Yeah, I agree. I thought the outro was a bit long too. I think that could have cut a little sooner. I thought the pre-chorus when you singing came in, I thought that was actually a really great switch up, and I thought the melody in it was really great. When the synths come in towards the end of the chorus, that almost like changed the song for me. I was like a little bit wanting more, and that really made it feel much more filled
nice,
out. Yeah, the synth sounded really great. And then the second chorus that came in a little later, I was like almost like, where are the synths? Like I was waiting for them. I think if you could incorporate more of that into the track, not throughout the entire thing, because then it would kind of take away how special they are. But I really love what was going on in the production there. I think the lyrics need a little bit of improvements. It was a little goofy. Anytime there's like a pun on like being the shit, I'm kind of just like, like a little, like, okay. And I think that when this is section when you started quickly rapping, there could be more enunciation. It kind of got a little muddy and blended together. Yeah, that's what I wrote down.
Yeah, I think what both of you said is culminating to my thoughts, in that like I think there's a clear ability both in the bars section and in the singing section, but it seemed a little bit like this song didn't have a clear identity of which one, and I think you can do both, right? But the verse to the pre-chorus to the catchy, memorable CNWT, the chill nap, like it seemed like the structure could have been a little bit more intentional to have a clear identity. But it's a club song for sure. It's a pop song. I agree with you on like it just could be polished. If it's going to be a pop song, like get it as crisp as possible. Get those vocals, especially when you're singing, a little crispier, and it's a good song. It's catchy. I hate saying like the TikTok-y type thing, but like that CNWT, like that's memorable, and like I can see kids doing that like online, right? So that's a good thing in terms of commercial ability and replayability and catching people's attention.
And assuming it's the same person on the singing that's rapping, I think you should definitely do more songs singing too, because I like your voice.
Yeah, voice is awesome. Yeah. Oh yeah, and the outro too. Oh, sorry.
Been fighting off my bad habits. That's hard enough. Really not the best at it. Making strides that I'm proud of. I'm moving forward, then I trip and fall backwards.
step up to the mic.
Yeah, I thought the instrumentation was great on that. And it had a really great, like, fun little groove to it. I think I would have brought the vocals up in the mix a lot. They were really pretty buried underneath that track. And it made it sound a little bit muddier, especially because it is a bit more lo-fi in the vocal and it's a little less crisp. But I thought the guitar tone was very nice, and like the way that the arrangements and the parts all fit together was great as well. There were some fun little synthy bits towards the end. I would have brought them a little bit up and mixed that throughout the track. But yeah, I think my biggest criticism is definitely just like how buried those vocals are. It was almost difficult to hear what you were saying.
Yeah, totally. To piggyback on that, the drums were a bit hot, and like I want to hear that funk and that guitar and that bass line. And agree totally. The synth sounded perfect for the song, and I wish there was a little bit more of that. In general, really, really dig what you've got going on. So keep going. It sounds awesome. It's kind of right up my alley in terms of like smooth and layered. Like that you had background vocals as well. But yeah, work on some mixing stuff. But sounding good.
Yeah, I like that song. I think the vocal, you definitely could, seeing it's already released, but if a song like that, I would invest in the studio time with a really good microphone and use those preamps and those compressors and things that make that vocal pop on a song like that. The drums, it feels like a drum loop. I'm not sure. If it's a drum loop, I would suggest live drums on a record like that. It keep the same vibe. I think there could be a simpler pattern also, just to keep the groove going. In the mix, they were a little loud also, but I love that. I love the sound of it. It's a feel-good type of record. I like it.
A band comes on every week.
I'll start. Check. Yeah, really great song, man. The vocals in the chorus, man, dude got a bad voice, man. He's a great voice. I mean, badass. Like, it's just really good, man. I feel like the verses could be a little stronger, but that's just nitpicking. I love the mix. I like if that's an indie record made at home or made in the studio, either way, it's a good mix. The use of reverb was nice. The drums sounded good. It sounds like it's about 40 years old in a good way. Yeah, I liked it.
I love that opening chord. I think it comes up in a really interesting chord. I just wrote it down immediately. I also got very deliciously 80s, almost like the way, because the timbre of her voice is very Devo-esque. That combined with the synth, I thought it was really fun. All of the parts fit together very great. The melodies and the guitar. You can even bring that bass up a little bit. Then came in the instrumental, and I kind of wanted to hear a little bit more of it. I loved in the instrumental where it really fades out and comes low, and that drum, that snare just comes in and punches. I almost wanted another chorus at the end. I feel like it's I was waiting after this instrumental break, and it starts to build back up again, and then you don't let it go anywhere. You kind of just let it fade out again. So I would almost put that instrumental maybe a little bit deeper into the song, and then give us another chorus at the end. But yeah, the chimes, the bells in it really sounded lovely. I really like that one.
Yeah, I wrote down chimes and underlined it. It's a good texture to have in there for sure. Similarly, there was the 80s Devo-esque, Cure type thing going on, but also it was driving kind of like a war on drugs, kind of long track, and I wanted it to almost more so than the instrumental no drum part to have a heavy keep going with the jam. And potentially that's where ending it, you could go back into that. But yeah, good track. The vocals are weird in a good way, and keep exploring that and keep going out of the box too. I think you'll get to some cool places.
Good shout, War on
Olivia,
Drugs.
please.
Babe, I got anxiety. Please don't hold it against me. Please don't take it personally. I just can't seem to make up my motherfucking mind. I think I just like to sleep on a bed of roses, please. But you gon' make me kind of please. So maybe then I'll take everything that comes my way. Too many faces, too many eyes, too many minds. We butter behind the backsides. Too many choices that clutter in my mind. Sometimes I need the space to help me feel right. Yes, I hear the phone ringing, but I can't pick it up. Can you just text me later? I'm not in the mood to talk about your boyfriend, about your problems. I'm in a sea, why can't you see that I can't solve them? Yes, I said it with my chest. It sounds so condescending, but I really need a breath. I need some time to breathe, to step away and be. I'm too inside my head and not in reality. Cause babe, I got anxiety. Please don't hold it against me. Please don't take it personally. I just can't seem to make up my motherfucking mind. I think I just like to sleep on a bed of roses.
ain't easy when you really used to streaming. I got to go and then I really started thinking about these things on top of things. What was I thinking about? All of the self-doubt placed upon a child who knew no better but found out that people ain't clean. They say too many things, and yes, they can be hurtful, and yes, they can be mean. They're trapped in misery, so they pass it on to me. And then they wonder why I gotta cut them at the seam. 'Cause babe, I got anxiety. Please don't hold it against me. Please don't take it personally. I just can't seem to make up my motherfucking mind. I think I just like to sleep on a bed of roses, please. Rejuvenate my batteries. So maybe then I take everything that comes my way. Babe, I got anxiety. Please don't hold it against me. Please don't take it personally. I just can't seem to make up my motherfucking mind. I think I really just got to sleep on a bed of roses, please. Rejuvenate my batteries. So maybe then I'll take everything that comes my way. Babe, I got anxiety. Please don't hold it against me. Please don't take it personally. Rejuvenate my batteries. So maybe then I'll take everything that comes my way.
Yeah. I'm assuming that was a live recording. Sound like it, right? I would take that same song. I would go in the studio with all the musicians you had. I would tell the guitar player to fall back just a little bit. And maybe the effect that he's using might, I would kill the wah-wah. But the tune itself is cool. It's dope. I love it. The chords are dope. What you're singing about is sweet. Your vocal performance is exciting. I would love to hear it in the studio setting where you're controlled and you get a chance to go through every line and perfect it. Yeah, I mean that's it. It's a good tune. The tune is there. It just sounds like a live recording, and you need to take it in the studio and flesh it out. And the guitar just dates it. You know what I mean? You could take that guitar out the way it's playing it with that effect and have a totally new record.
Yeah, hit the nail on the head. I wrote down that the guitar competes with your vocals in the verses for sure. The tune is awesome. Get in the studio and get the parts with the right levels, and it's a great song. In that version, at least, it builds up as if the chorus should be big, and it's your vocals, at least at the beginning choruses, felt like they were kind of on the same plane as the verses, and like you can tell those drums are going crazy, and like I want the vocals to be that energized as well. But as you said in the second verse, you're learning to be confident, and those whispers there is really a really cool play on that too. So there's definitely something there. But yeah, just get it polished.
And keep that band too, because they jamming. The
Yeah.
band is jamming.
Yeah, I love the vocal harmonies in that as well. Had a really nice groove to it. goes along with the live thing. I feel like this is something that lends itself to live performance. I could see it like doing well if you were to like bring it online into an online space as like a tiny desk type thing where it's like you can see the band jamming, you can see you. It definitely lends itself well to a kind of live performance. Vocals were a little tough to hear. And I think that they could have been improved a little bit at the end when you kind of had this little more jazz singing type enunciation to it. It came up also in volume a lot. I'm sure that could like fixed in a master, leveling that all out towards the end. And because the track is very similar throughout, it does get a little bit repetitive to it. Towards the end, you could really feel like that, like the drummer was doing something special, and I wish they let them kind of shine a little bit more on the track. But otherwise, I really enjoyed the groove, the vibe. It's something that's felt very like cool and fun to just like pop on.
When you take it in the studio, give yourself a 3 maybe 4 minute window for that song, and try to get everything out in that 4 minutes, and that way you'll know what should happen when it should happen.
Along those same lines, just real quick, the vocal ooze at the beginning, like that's what really got me, and I was like, okay, I'm ready to listen to this. Maybe just start with that, and you can shave off some of those seconds to make it tighter.
Yeah, intro felt a bit long.
And the intro didn't need to be that long, too. So.
Yeah.
Commentary like this always makes me, or listening like this always makes me wonder what's behind the recording, songwriting process, and listening to you guys speak, being an old A&R man myself, is the value of a producer and the value of an A&R person. So this is really wonderful for each of the artists that songs have been played, to have you guys make such deep commentary.
We hope so.
You're letting the sun burn out at noon.
it to have this effect on me. At 7 years old with no expectations, says a lot about self-preservation. Always afraid of these things that probably won't happen.
Yeah, man, I'm a sucker for chords, man, and that's a really well written song from a musical perspective. Yeah, I just added to my Apple Music, man. Just Shazammed it. And yeah, so yeah, I'm a fan. I like it a lot. I'm listening to it as a fan. Honestly, I'm listening to it. I'm like, okay, her voice is really dope on the second verse. I love, like I said, the chords just got me. So yeah, I don't have much notes for y'all. I think y'all ready, man. Y'all on tour? Like, I like it.
Yeah, I thought the arrangement was really great. The band was killing it. I liked the vocals when it started with this male vocalist and the female, and they come together. I thought the two vocals together sounded great. I thought the song structure was a little confusing. It was like almost like it started with the chorus, and I was like, okay, here we are, and then we're gonna go to verse and chorus. But then it almost like never looped back. It felt like it was a lot of ideas happening, and it just felt a little bit like uncohesive in that way. I liked when you kind of jumped into 6/8, but then we never really came back. And it felt like there were a lot of ideas kind of happening at once in that track. And it took away a little bit from what each part was doing because they felt a little bit like contrast to each other and didn't feel like one cohesive track to me.
It almost could have been two songs.
Yeah.
Like,
could've
you
been
know,
a
those
couple
songs that you put together as one
Yeah.
song, but they're two songs. Yeah, that melody was so strong in the beginning that I would be careful of starting a whole new melody at the end. So I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of seeing this band live, and it hits live for sure. I definitely agree with you in terms of the song structure. I think that's where this song just needs a little bit more work, and it's a great song. The group vocals also within the chorus makes you feel a part of it, which is a good thing. Like you want to be singing that as well. The layered vocals at the end with that, like, you know, the Blink 182 feeling this ending type thing. Sucker for that for sure. You guys have really good ideas. Kind of what you're saying, the ideas were a little all over the place, but they're good ideas, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking forward to another show soon.
So they are on tour. Kinda, yeah.
Standing on the edge of my prime. So many dreams and oh, precious wasted dimes. I've waited all this time, and finally it's mine. Will I make or break this life? Foregoing caution and throwing that to the wind. Painting my sails with cheap lead paint. A moment is all it takes. Will I catch that wind or will I just fade away? Will it be the one today? Will I run or brave whatever's in my way? Selling my soul, my ideals, sell it all away for that precious paste of today. Will I stumble? Will I fall? Will I be the king of it all? I know who I want to be. Who will I be? I'm waiting for something to change my mind. They say people change, you're the same every time. I'm sick of all this wasted time.
That was really great. But the lyrics were great. The vocals also great. It was arranged very well, and the mix was nice as well. Everything kind of fit together. Very curious what other songs of this artist would sound like, because it does feel like a little genre bending in a way where it starts in one direction and then completely takes a left turn. So I'd be very curious to hear where other kind of like songs for this artist would sound like and what kind of space they would fit into. Things are very genre bending nowadays in general, so I actually really loved that it didn't kind of fit into one box. Yeah, really great.
Yeah, my first line was country ? Indie songwriter pop ? And then 2000s active rock ? Which is awesome. Like again, like having all those influences is cool to hear in this song. Very beautiful instrumentation to begin with. The piano licks at one of the points of the dun-dun-dun-dun, like that sucker for those licks for sure. The will I know, that part, the first time you get, into it vocally, whatever you did with your voice when it trails off in that no was a great touch for sure. Definitely felt like there were a couple times in the lyrics where there were these special moments, so it's awesome. Because there's all these influences, I felt similar to like the last song where like it was almost like a second song thing again, which again can be a good thing. But this time it kind of caught me off guard a little bit, and potentially finding a more meaningful connection between the two would make the song hit even more. But loved it.
Yeah, I thought your vocals really opened up towards the end. As a vocalist, I could really hear you. I would be curious, I know the songs have to build, but I would be curious to hear something in the upper register, probably earlier on in the song. But yeah, overall, good record.
Yeah, I wish the hook was actually a little stronger now thinking back. I actually don't think I could sing it back to you, which I think is like an issue.
Good point.
I think that...
Yeah, and there's a familiar sound to it, too, that probably makes you do that. But yeah, I liked it.
Liv?
I've been thinking about you all night, yeah. Do you think about me all night, Oh baby, we've been taking time off, texting while me off the clock. Ooh, lately I've been missing your touch, reminiscing quite a lot. From your voice to your skin, the way you pull me in. Running your games all day when the sun sets. Is it time to play? Looking forward to your company. But I'm losing my patience for you to love me, for you to show me a good time. I've been waiting for it, yeah. I've been waiting for it, yeah. For you to love me and be mine. I've been waiting for it, yeah. I've been aching for it, waiting for it, yeah. Ooh, I've been a good girl, fending off other lovers for you. But ooh, you've been a bad boy, flirting with another. How could you? I know where you've been, you can't hide it. Entertaining your other flings. If you don't come back in time, I'll make somebody else mine, and you'll be left with nothing. Yeah. Do you really want that? 'Cause you really won't find another match. They'll make you burn as hard as me. So when you're ready, warm up to my body. I need you here with me. Ain't nothing else left but for you to show me. For you to show me a good time. I've been waiting for it. I've been waiting for it. For you to love me and be mine. I've been waiting for it.
Cool record. I would watch your pocket when you're singing. With a groove like that, you want to make sure, because the vocals are like instruments, so you want to make sure that your vocal is on time. So when you're comping your vocals, you want to make sure you go through every bar and make sure just it feels right. Outside of that, I would the harmonies were nice. Maybe the lyrics could use a little work, or melody. There were lyrics and melody, but the hook was strong. I just think the pocket, because people want to be able to dance to a track, and you got to make sure that when you're singing over a beat like that, that you're catching that pocket right.
Yeah, vocals got me interested right away. Similar to the feedback on the other song, I liked how it started that way, and I was like, okay, I'm ready. Like, I want to hear more. The second verse, I wanted a little bit more vocal personality. Like what you're singing about, like hits. Like tell him these things, and like I wanted to kind of hear that a little more personality there. Chorus hit very well. I think it started off very well, and like just continue that energy throughout it. And I just wish there was a little bit more percussive elements in the chorus in particular, but just adventure a little bit more and make it special.
Yeah, real quick, when you're singing those songs like that are topic driven, it's almost like acting, where you want to make sure that it's very believable.
Right.
And you don't want it to sound like you're singing from a lyric pad, so your energy, your personality stayed the same through the whole song, as he pointed out. So there's parts in that song where we're supposed to hear your energy.
Yeah, totally agree with that one. I thought the production was great. Vocals are good. And all the pieces were there. This one had like a lot of potential in the way that I think all the pieces are here for this one. But I think that like just improving the melodies and the songwriting in general would really bring it to the next level. But all of like it feels like very good bass, like great production, great vocals. Like you said, a little bit better performance, a little bit stronger melodies, and I think this is a lot of the artist itself has a lot of potential.
Chillin' with the gang, drinking all the brown liquor, thinking about the plans we working on. Gotta come quick, oh na na na, oh na na na, oh. Couple fireballs, I'm a tough out. Couple new songs and they all out, yeah they all out. Couple brown liquor, all now. Finally up next, and we on now. I'm a tough out. Couple new songs and they all out. Yeah, they all out. Couple brown liquor on now. Yeah. Yeah. Finally up next and we on now. Yeah, sleep in peace of mind. Yeah, failed 1,000 times. Yeah, live a life of lessons. Now my wins they multiply. Yeah, checks are rapid acting. Moves are calculated. So if you wanna holler, then Venmo me the payment. Cause I'm focused on the catalog. Bump whoever hating. I'm in my own position. And ain't no one adjacent. Yeah, always loving. Like the building up. To inspire is do or die on my clock, on my time. And y'all couple fireballs, I'm a tough out. Couple new songs and they all out. Yeah, they all out. Couple brown liquor on now. Finally up next and we on now. Couple fireballs, I'm a tough out. Couple new songs and they all out. Yeah, they all out. Couple brown liquor on now. Finally up next and we on now. Could've signed the files away, but everything mine though. Need all of that. Why sign a deal for files that I own for me to give it right back? Need my contract, max, Lindor money, 10 plus independent grind. On my own time, I don't race nobody else. But if I did, I'm clocking up Hall of Fame time. First, Jordan, A-I-C-H, woo. I seen my life change before my eyes. Wait, the shit looking great. Cab side, right on the beach with a queen of mine. Think about everything I dreamed that I would
to live and still have enough to have scenic vibes. Couple fireballs, I'm a tough out. I'm a tough out. Couple new songs and they get all out. Yeah, they get all out. Couple brown liquor, all now, all now, all now. Finally up next, we get on now. Finally up next, we get on now. Chillin' with the gang, drinking all the brown liquor, thinking about the plans we working on. Gotta come quick, oh, nah, nah, nah. Oh, oh, nah, nah, nah. Oh, chillin' with the gang, drinking all the brown liquor, thinking about the plans we working on. Gotta come quick, oh, nah, nah, nah.
Yeah, I liked it. Let's see, the crowd that came in at the end was kind of fresh, right? I feel like that could have been used throughout earlier in the song, maybe. I think the chorus is catchy. It's smooth. The whole song is really smooth. It might be too smooth. Meaning, like, you wanted to be you don't want, I don't know. I think the song is such a good idea that maybe the roads or something about it could turn it into more of a, have some energy to it. And it could be a vocal in the background. It could be you turn it up in the background or as an ad-lib. It could be something that just give it a little more energy than it has. I couldn't tell you what that is, but I like the song. I think the vocals are catchy. There's one part in the hook that's really fly. Yeah, I mean, I like it. I mean, overall, I'll have to listen to the lyrics a little closer to critique those. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I thought the hook was good. Like you said, I think there could have been a little bit more dynamic within the song itself, in terms of like words going up and down. But the verse had a really good cadence and flow to it. And I love a sing-along moment at the end, so that got me.
Yeah, you should bring that up. Let's bring that farther. I mean, earlier in the song, I think.
So Joey, I know pretty much his whole catalog, and I've lived with him, so I'm kind of gonna abstain.
Bias.
But I will.
Bias.
What I will say is the energy that was kind of talked about in this song, or the wanting of that. I can assure you that's there in many other songs, right?
Yeah, 'cause it sounds like a party, you know.
Yeah, but yeah, Joey. I mean, this song's awesome, and I do agree that like potentially in that second verse there is a moment for you to kind of do your thing there, to make it, you know, the smooth tune, you know, just the one more element of kind of surprise, which you do, you know, very well live and on the rest of your tracks too.
I need to get away. Find a new place in this state. I'm always trying to find a way back home, but I don't think I know where to go. And I'm tired of seeing in black and gray. All my vision is always the same. And I know it's not that big of a deal, but I hate to be led astray. And I know intentions are genuine, going back to a tired cliche. Hey, something isn't the same now. A place that is keep it off my mind. Over and over at the same damn time. Moving away to find what's inside. Searching within to find a love that's all mine. I lost myself too many times. And every time it's me that I find myself stressing. Always overthinking, obsessing. I find in these lessons, it was me blocking my blessings. I need healing. Spending all the time my feelings to let go, go. Oh, oh. Something isn't the same now. A place that isn't safe now. I need to find my way back. I doubt that I will make it there. La 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 la. Can't make it back. La 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 la. I fall apart. La 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 la. Fade in the dark. Fade in the dark.
Yeah, that one to me definitely, I feel like, again, falls into like the potential box. It's like you obviously have a really good sense of melody and hook, like that the la 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 part, like is very earwormy. I think when I listen to music, a lot of the times I think about like if it were to show up on a playlist and I was just listening to this playlist and I heard this song, would it stand out amongst everything else? Would I go save it? Because that's what the average music listener is doing. I don't know if that one would. I think it would fit very well and I would enjoy it and I would play it through to the end. So I think that if you were to like keep writing, work on the songwriting, work on the melodies, the production was great, and the vocal performance was also great. I mean, it's just a lot of like great potential in that.
Yeah, strong pop voice. Let's see, hold on a second. Yeah, I like the bridge a lot. I'm struggling on what the chorus was. The la 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 part's really catchy, but it's almost like there's a lot of hooks in that song in a good way. Nice harmonies throughout. It sounds like it's already something I've heard before in a good way. Yes, like I said, strong pop voice. The mix could be a little tighter, maybe mastered a little hotter. But yeah.
Yeah, I've also had the pleasure of seeing this band live. They're great. Something about this recording, the vocals were super polished and those sounded very well mixed and mastered. I thought the instrumentation was a little bit behind that. Similar to another song where I was like, I want to live. The people are head bobbing there. That song had the nice drive. I just wanted those hi-hats, other than the the open hi-hat, to kind of drive it a little bit too. So that like I'd have my earphones in and be jamming the whole entire time. But it's a great tune, very catchy. Vocals are on point.
So let me die in the summertime. So let me die in the summertime. Tore up my time, all lost in high places, with bruised eyes and knees that swell up in the summer breeze, with Mary lost in the parking lot with children they forgot. Dragged to the end of the road to lose ground as fires burn, led by mercy as the wind dies, to love me and leave me left shackled to the road, shackled to the road. I'm better off when my home's gone. They're down in days until I rise. Bend the wind low, watch the rain go, rain down on me, days from the purple skies. I'm better off when my home's gone. They're down in days until I rise. Bend the wind low, watch the rain go, rain down on me, days from the purple skies. So let me die in the summertime. So let me die in the summertime.
Yeah, I thought this producer definitely knows what they're doing. I thought the production was good. The lyrics need a little bit of work. It's a little bit like generic in terms of what they were talking about content-wise. And the vocals also kind of stayed in one register the entire time. I would love a little bit more dynamics within the vocal itself. Also, in terms of song structure, it was a little unclear. I felt like the first verse ended, and I was almost like, where's the chorus? Because you had this like really great dance kind of pop production. And I was waiting for a, kind of a moment or a drop or this big kind of like anthemic chorus, and it almost like didn't happen, or it was kind of like open and there was like a more instrumental part, and then it kind of came in after, but it did feel like a little bit, it kind of broke up the flow of it. So I think the structure needs a little bit of work.
Yeah. Songwriting could use a little work. The drums were nice. Nice drum programming on that. Yeah, I don't know if the song was confusing. I don't know if I was listening correctly. I don't know if it's the lights. I don't know what's going on. But I thought it was a little, just lyrically, I think it could use some work.
Yeah, I think in terms of instrumentation and production, I love the idea and the chords. I think with production, especially now, going back to your like, if this was on a playlist, would I save it? You got to be a little bit more adventurous within it to set itself apart from, something slightly a bit more generic in terms of like, a 4 on the floor. Like add some layers and texture in there and really kind of spice it up. And it's a great pop song.
Yeah, in the intro, you came in at an odd point. I wasn't sure when the song was going to start. When the beat started, there's like a little room for improvement on that area. But
Yeah, I wrote intro long too. Yeah.
You only see me at my best. I'm a little obsessed and running off no rest. This flame inside keeps burning my chest. Alright, fuck, let's go. 1, 2, 3, I feel my heartbeat. Day by day is what they taught me. If I crash, I'm in the front seat. All this anxiety, I want it off me. Everything that you say is coming out of my head. And when I think that I fail is when I'm lying in bed. My brain is the trigger and I keep taking a shot. Fake smile getting bigger, but now I hate it cause you only see me at my best. I'm a a little obsessed and running off no rest. This flame inside keeps burning my chest. 'Cause all my life I'm a fucking work so hard but it don't feel right. 'Cause all my friends are dancing tonight. Break me down and say it's alright. 'Cause I can't stand another day like. Damn, you would think that I would know me. All of this time that I put in just to feel so lonely. I'm on a bridge that's breaking down, the pressure creeping slowly. Hate you wouldn't wanna help me out, I'm scared you take control of me. Everything that you say is coming out of my head. And when I think that I fail is when I'm lying in bed. My brain is the trigger and I keep taking a shot. Fake smile getting bigger but now I hate it 'cause you only see me at my best. I'm a little obsessed and running off no rest. This flame inside keeps burning my chest. 'Cause all my life I'm a fucking work so hard but it don't feel right. 'Cause all my friends are dancing tonight. Break me down and say it's alright. 'Cause I can't stand another day like. I'm living my life for the outcast. I'm scared I'ma fail, that's why I don't rest. Overthinking it all and now I might crash. 'Cause all my life I'm a fucking work so hard but it don't feel right. 'Cause all my friends are dancing tonight. Break me down and say it's alright. 'Cause I can't stand another day like
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would have to see a performance, but I think you're like a star, dude. Like that's a sound you ready for the like the performance is very confident. Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, some people just naturals, man. You're natural. I think I would be curious to hear other songs and different genres and things I could tell you can genre bend and do different things like that. Yeah, you should be on tour with Tizo Touchdown, right? This sounds good, man. I love it.
Yeah, I love the Tizo shout. They also very like genre bending artist. This one does that as well. Obviously, like pop punk, and then kind of it's like trap beat comes in. I again not mad at this one. I thought the production was great, the arrangement was great. It does feel like a level up from it's someone who really knows what they're doing. My only thing is like audience, like who are your listeners? Who are you writing for? Because it does combine two very different genres, and it does make it feel cohesive. But I would just make sure to keep it in mind who your audience is.
Yeah, I've recently been introduced to this artist and have thoroughly enjoyed it in the few weeks that I've known it. I think in terms of production in this song, it was one of the ones where it feels ready for the next step, and being that on stage a lot more, being that in the studio and exploring with other producers and just kind of spreading your wings, it feels ready.
Yeah, you have a really good video. You can make it really if you don't already have one. Yeah, that song needs to be sold. You know what I mean? They need to sell it. Good job.
And you made a good point about confidence. I'm so sorry.
No, good. Go ahead. Let my man finish.
You made a great point about confidence, yeah. and that's like that goes a long way. And like I have to tell myself that in like life, right? Just carrying yourself. But in a song, it goes a really far. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Face down by the mantle. Sit up now, take a sip, swallow down, take it. Now I'm buzzing till I can't breathe, strangle. Coming up on my back like a scandal. Pumped up brain beating down into my skull. Show me what I can handle. Bark, don't bite like a dog, like a mammal. up on my skin, make it see through. Sit still, shake it down till it comes loose. If I need something, I will tell you. Talk me down till I shrink like a breakthrough. Talk me down till I shrink like a breakthrough.
Yeah, some super interesting melodies happening in there. I thought the track itself was great, the instrumental. I feel like there was, the vocals in the chorus are a little bit muddied. There was a part where you went into the upper register and it felt restrained. Like, if you're going to go in the upper register, like, it would match the track, which is bringing so much energy. If you brought more energy into the performance of it and, like, you really went for it, like, belt that. I thought, again, like, the instrumental was so good. I would almost work on the melodies just on the verses. It did feel like it was a couple different pieces, like a little bit fit together forcefully, like a piece of a puzzle that doesn't quite fit, but it kind of looks like it. If you were to just kind of like make it a little bit more cohesive in between the verse and the chorus, I think it could help the entire track feel a little bit smoother.
Yeah, I liked the layers and the dynamic nature of this track. And I liked the transitions. I could tell where it was going. And then it kind of fell off towards the end, and maybe, it's unreleased, so you might still have time to, mess with that. But the falsetto chorus is great. Lean into that, kind of what Kat was saying. Bring out a little bit more of that, like, Matt Bellamy air of confidence within that falsetto, and it's a good track.
Yeah, the production is nice. One of the more creative productions I've heard tonight. Has a nice, gritty, grimy, but polished type of vibe to it. The vocal needs that same type of polish, though. I think if the vocal was out front and just sounded as crispy as the beat, I think that would make a big difference in how we perceive it. The song structure itself is a little confusing. I think you need to hit a big edit with this song, like, and try to whittle down the best parts and make sure that it's easy to listen to. But yeah, overall good song though.
I felt the wrinkle of your shirt on your back as I tightened my arms, and I felt my hands clamp, and I told you I missed you. Things are not the same, but I knew I wouldn't have it any other way. But right now I wanna stay. Through your contraband, out of the car door window, we agree it's just pointless, self-destructive metaphor left, like a secret, whispered fast. I felt it finally surface from my bones. Permission to feel what I felt in that song. Cathartic self-destruction. 'Cause how else could you build something new?
Wow, that song was an experience, man. I love the industrial avant-garde vibe of it. I know it's for people that are not used to listening to that type of music, it might be harsh to your ears, but I loved it, man. In terms of the sound, the noise, the avant-garde nature of that industrial vibe. The second verse lyrics were dope. I'm curious about you as an artist, about the band as an artist. It sounds like I hear a lot of passion in your music. It sounds like it was fun to record. You know what I mean? Like, even if nobody else liked it. I mean, it's like your passion, I can hear coming through that music. And it's very intentional. So even if I told you to change something, you probably wouldn't. You know what I mean? That's what I like about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think I also wrote down like, a lot of emotion in the track, which I really liked and I thought it really came through. The chord progression and the melodies were great, and the production was also really great. I liked how, as the track progressed, there was like new elements kind of added in within the instrumental. There was like lots of changes and stuff to kind of keep the listener's attention. I think that there's a lot of really great things happening. If there was just a stronger hook, I think the song might have been a little better. But otherwise, a lot of really amazing elements, emotion, vocal performance on that track.
Yeah. Just first impression, I like when the title fits the sound of the song, and this one definitely did that. It kind of contextualized it just right off the rip. And if this is the demo version, I'd like to hear the other versions too.
Now release the demo version.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, because what I had written was that maybe there's some polishing of some of the sounds and different synth noises and, the texture in there, but keep some of that unpolished nature on this one, I think.
It would take away from the whole experience, I think, if you polish it too much.
Would love to know the reference tracks if you have a playlist of that for this. I was getting like high and dry kind of vibes, and that build up made me think of that. And then finally, just, the passion. It sounds like you want to say something, and that's a cool thing in a song.
Yeah, you have your voice. You know what I mean? It's hard for artists to find. It sounds like you have a voice that, meaning musically, you know what you're trying to do. So I also
love a voice memo. A voice memo in the
track.
Was
awesome.
I was like, yeah, let's bring the voice.
It's interesting. The whole track was interesting.
In the north, we made do with our own accords. Shared a room with the great outdoors. I once fell through the old front porch. The urge would come for me to stay, and the urge came for me to stay. Oh, how the times have changed. All the roads have been repaved. Memories
Yeah, that one was really great. Began with that really, really lovely finger picking and guitar. I thought it sounded really lovely, and then at the end, bringing it back, really rounded the track out. The vocal harmonies coming in, it really felt like a professional track. I loved the driving beat to it, and the storytelling in the lyrics too was great as well. You could kind of have a lot of visual imagery happening, and the production was put together very well. It built very well. The track kind of had a nice flow to it. I thought this was a great one.
Yeah, it was a nice build up. I was gonna say that. I like the time signature of the song. It was unique. Harmonies were nice. Good voice. Overall, solid track.
I have this song saved on my Spotify already. It's a great track. The one thing I guess I can say is that like I do wish there was like a belting moment. You got close, and that kind of rasp that comes out is gorgeous, and like I kind of want to hear that, and I need to explore more. So maybe you do that in other tracks, but it's a great one.
I feel the cool hint, your breath against my lips, solidify feelings, put a love on the fence, and now a flame burns out, and I'm paying for it. I feel the sweet ache deep within my bones, inching me closer. I wanna be closer, and now a flame burns out, and I'm paying for it. I wanna love you, but you're always too far away. I'm looking for closure, so just call me over and let's get this out of the way. And now a flame burns out, and I'm paying for it. Moving way too fast. Moving way too fast. Now I can feel my legs. Now I can feel my legs. Now I can feel my legs collide. Moving way too fast. Moving way too fast. Now I can feel my legs. Now I can feel my legs. Now I can feel my legs collide.
Yeah, so again, this is especially more of a professional track, and it had a really great anthemic kind of rock vibe to it. But something I did like, you blended trap and rock very well together in a way that wasn't jarring, and you kind of hear like sometimes there's a juxtaposition to those things and it doesn't fit together so well. But if those elements kind of combined with like those kind of trap little beats on top of those like heavy chugging rock guitars, in a way that didn't feel like they were two different things. The guitar tone was great. It's definitely like certainly one very specific kind of sound and genre. In terms of like the vocal performance, that's a little bit more of like a rasp, kind of like an emo, pop punky delivery. And I thought it was like done very well and delivered very well.
Yeah, stars for personality and voice. Had a nice cadence in switching up both production and vocals to make it interesting. Anthemic is something that I wrote down too, and for whatever reason, I pictured like FIFA soundtrack on it. So there's definitely some like commercial value and sync stuff in that song. It's good.
Yeah, the na 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 part was really catchy. I definitely think when you have parts like that, don't be afraid to overuse them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where the money's at. Let me see. Yeah, the overall saturation, I feel like it was, your vocal might have been competing with the guitar a little too much, at least for my taste. I don't know if that's what you were going for, but because the guitars are so loud and the vocals are so loud, and it's kind of like this thing that's happening at once. So maybe a better mix could help get some separation on those instruments. And overall, though, it was exciting. Cool track.
Thank you, guys. So if there was a general kind of comments you want to make in broad strokes to the songwriting and artist community, what would you think those couple of big takeaways would be?
Well, as an artist, songwriter myself, don't be afraid to look outside the box, meaning some of these songs might not be for you. They might be, songs to be sold to other artists. And that's kind of hard for a lot of artists to swallow sometimes, because there's some strong songs in this bunch, and maybe there's another artist that could take it to another level. So that's just something to think about as an artist, songwriter.
Yeah, I mean, like a good song is subjective in some ways, and like we all have different tastes and come from different backgrounds, and I think we all can say that we trust our gut on multiple genres, but if you find yourself making songs in your songwriting and production and releases that is really good for a certain audience, like that's the ticket, right? So like make something really, really good and make something that you're really, really proud of, and that ultimately other people are going to really latch onto and want more of, and want to continue listening and streaming and coming to your shows. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it likens back to the comment that I made before about like listening to music on a playlist, and you hear something and it stands out to you. You can think about what you do when you listen to music and why you save songs and why you discover artists. There's so many people making music nowadays. It is so saturated. How do you stand out from the crowd? And a lot of that too, honestly, it's, to bring it up as well, it goes beyond the music itself. It goes like artists nowadays are expected to be not just artists making their own music, they're expected to be marketing that music, they're expected to be content creators. So it's like, how do you get your music out there and to be heard? It's also using social media platforms that are available to you. Everything has been really democratized in a way where now anybody can be a musician, anybody can make music, anybody can get their music heard on TikTok, on Instagram, on Reels and things like that. How do you stand out from the pack online? How do you get people to discover you? And then when they do, is there a real artist to follow? When they go and they find you and they say, hey, I kind of like this song, and they click on your page, do they see a real artist? Do they see a cohesive image? Do they see songs that kind of fit together into something that doesn't sound like it's all written or performed by 5 different people? I think it's like there's so much more that goes into being an artist nowadays than there ever used to be. But now you can anybody can do it in their bedroom. You don't need a label behind you in order to do it. Yeah, that's a lot
I
of
think
things.
I think all the songwriters here tonight, good job. And I think the industry can get frustrating because everybody wants to be a star, but understand it's the industry of songs. You know what I mean? And that everybody can play a part, being a songwriter and being a producer, being an engineer. And I just think there's way too many people that want to be stars. And I think we need to have a support system of songwriters, good songwriters and good producers and good engineers. And don't think that your career, don't think that you're not making it. If you don't make it as an artist, don't hang up. Go become a songwriter. Go become a producer. Those things are just as valuable or more valuable, actually.
I'm glad to hear you say that, because I think that artists, not to homogenize anyone's artistic craft, songwriting is a craft. And learning how to write a song.
Yeah.
And so will you, I'm going to employ you next year to do a couple of workshops.
Yeah, definitely.
Be there.
Don't downplay your songwriting. You guys are really, really, really good. Those na-na-na-nas, those hooks and things, people pay money for those things. So don't just think, oh, people didn't like my song, so it's not good. No, it's good.
And the producing's an art.
Yes, sir.
Don't record, perform.
Like that. Listen to Bruce, he knows his stuff.
One more.
I do.
Sorry.
That's why I put you guys together as a panel.
Just wanted to add one more thing. I think having defined goals is helpful as well. Do you want to be a touring artist? Do you want to try and get a record label? Do you want to try and do it independent? Do you want to just play bars in town, which is totally fine? You know what I mean? Do you want to be a songwriter? Do you want to be a producer? Having these kind of clear goals can help you work backwards too and kind of create a roadmap for you. I think that's super helpful if you're kind of just starting off and being like, how do I make a splash here? It's like, I think setting goals that you can kind of check mark and work backwards off of and be like, cool, release schedule, you know, music video, this, that, the third, posts, that goes a long way too.
I want to thank you. Well, did you want to say something?
Try to learn everything you can, guys. In this day and age, YouTube and everything, try to learn everything you can, because when one door closes, another one opens. Your work is your work. You know what I mean? Just make sure you master that. So, yeah.
Let's give it up for our panel. Thank you guys so much for taking the time. Much appreciated.
Thanks a lot, Bruce. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.